Welcome to the Ben Sports Show. As today I am going to talk about with my first team in the NFC North Division, the Green Bay Packers 2017 regular season prediction. As you can see, this is actually my favorite team, so I'm very excited to predict them. But I'm gonna be non-biased. I'm actually really gonna predict how I think they'll do. Usually it's pretty good, but from a fan that's great. But I'm gonna be non-biased, I promise. So yeah, week 1 they host the Seahawks. Give me the Packers by 6. I see this being a very competitive game. I think Packers defense steps up late, and they host it. That's the difference factor there. Week 2 they travel to Atlanta. Atlanta's new stadium, their first game at home in their new stadium. Give me Packers by 7. I know a lot of people might get on me on this one. I think the Falcons are going to lead, and then I think they'll blow a lead. I think the Packers are going to come back. And also I think the Packers are going to get sweet revenge from their NFC Championship loss. They've done that to the Seahawks before. They can do good at that. So yeah, I see the Packers big on the road. Week 3 they host the Bengals, and I got the Packers by a decent margin here, by 10. It's not going to be an easy game, but it's not going to be a tough game. Week 4 they host the Bears. This one will be pretty easy. They host them. That even makes it easier. The Packers win by 17. Week 5 they travel to Dallas. Give me Packers by 6. Mike McCarthy, Mike McCarthy, he's talking about and Aaron Rodgers, how their whole team wants them to start off quick, and I think they start off quick here. They win by 6. I think the Cowboys are going to surprise you. I still think they'll be good, but I'll get to that when I predict the Cowboys, but they're going to surprise you. I don't see them being 13-3 like they were last year. So I think the Packers start off 5-0. Week 6, they go into Minnesota. Vikings give them their first loss this season. The Vikings win by 10. So week 7, the Packers host the Saints. Give me the Packers. Give me the Packers by 18 here. Week 8, they head into their bye week. Week 9, they host the Lions, and I got the Packers win here. It'll be a pretty close football game till the end, and I think Packers win by 7. So week 10, they go into Chicago, and they win by 28. They win big on the road into Chicago. I think the Packers have the Bears number here. Week 11, they host the Ravens. They win by 7, decent margin. That could be a little chippy game, Ravens, I don't know. Maybe. Week 12, they go into the Steelers. I think the Steelers hand them another L their second L of the season, unfortunately. I think the Steelers beat them by 10. They beat them by a decent margin. Week 13, they host the Bucs. The Packers win by 10. They host them. Jameis Winston, Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson, those guys are great. Packers win, though, by 10. It's at Lambeau. Week 14, they head into the Browns. It doesn't matter if they go into the Browns. Packers win by 21. Week 15, they go into Carolina. This team gives us problems, and I think Cam Newton, first team to maybe contend at the playoff. I think his team has to get hot. And I think they do versus our team. I think they win. I think the Packers lose by 3. We lose to Cam Newton. Week 16, we host the Vikings. We win by 17. The Packers win by 17. Same with the last one. Not we, because I'm not part of their team. But week 16, they host the Vikings, and they win by 17. They get revenge on the Vikings. Week 17, this is a rematch of last year's finale. They go into Detroit like last year. Detroit beats us bad by 23. I don't think the Packers will see it coming. I think the Lions are going to do really well. They could have a chance at postseason, and I think they know that. So yeah, I see the Packers going 12-4 here with a 4-2 division record. So Packers will have a 12-4 record with a 4-2 division record For their season stats, I have the bad man Aaron Rodgers throwing for 43 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He'll also have 1 rushing touchdown. I have Jordy Nelson going back-to-back 14 touchdown seasons. He'll get 14 touchdowns like he did last year. Ty Montgomery, he'll do very well. 7 rushing touchdowns with 1,200 rushing yards. So yeah, that's how I see it. Packers will have a 12-4 record. Stay tuned to tomorrow's episode as I will predict the 2017 Lions record. If this is your first time watching the Ben Sports Show, make sure to subscribe. I do videos like this daily. And to never miss a beat, tap that bell. Until then, football out.